Yep. So both teams are average, so that's good.
Yep. We got it good. Hey, everybody. This is Michael Reeves with Dennis Crowley, and tonight we are featuring the Strat-O-Matic 28 championship game, Super Bowl title game, whatever you want to call it. And it's featuring Pittsburgh Steelers, coached by Ron Martin, and the Los Angeles Rams, coached by Dennis Crowley. This is our...
No, not coached by me.
What I just said, Nathan Baylor, and I was going to say Dennis. Yeah, I said, you know what? I already blew this broadcast. Let's start all over. Oh, wait, we're live.
You're good. You're good. right away, Nathan comes out showing blitz, but doesn't bring it. Ron tries to avoid it with a looking pass. But, yeah, Nathan beat me. Nathan has marched to the Super Bowl. Let's see, he took care of Houston, Bradley Miller, I think, myself, and then beat Nicholas Hall in a close one in the AFC Conference Championship game.
Just last night. That's right.
So a little cat and mouse there. He shows blitz, keeps everybody home. Nathan's got those 4s and 0s in the secondary, except for his free safety 6. And Ron's apt to go deep. He runs a draw there. Look at that. Only gets 3 though, because Donovan Smith is a 4 run blocker.
So one of the things we know about Nathan is he's an aggressive blitzer.
Yeah, so see what he does here on 3rd and long, 3rd and 7.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what Ron's line looks like.
7, 5, 7, 7, 5. It's a dump off there. Or was that a dump off? Yeah, it was a dump off for 5 yards on Aaron Rodgers' card. Guess right. So he'll punt on 4th down, so that's a good stop for Nathan.
Yeah.
With his explosive offense, anytime you can get a stop on defense, that's an advantage.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the Rams are going to set up camp 1st and 10 at their own 23, their first possession of the game. We're just a couple minutes in. Again, this is the Strat-O-Matic 28 championship title game, Super Bowl 2021 season. Los Angeles Rams, coached by Nathan Baylor, up against Ron Martin and his Pittsburgh Steelers.
Steelers went 13-3 during the regular season. The Rams went 12-4.
Okay. Straight up the gut for 6. So LA is a little fresher in my mind, and we know that he's got a strong 2-back set with Singletary. And let's get it right, people, right? Mostert, right?
That sounds good to me.
That's what we're going to agree on. That's a 13-yard reception on quarterback's card. Dak Prescott under center.
Dak to John Brown, Smoke Brown. That's 13 guessed right, wrong, or double teams.
Okay.
So Ron's linebackers go 0-5-4 against the pass, and Dak's a good flat passer. So with 5s and 6s at cornerback and free safety, you might see a lot of flat passing today. There's another one, white die 6.
Mm-hmm.
Another one to John Brown. So there's a small chance for a sack on that one, 8%, and the random roll was 17.
So he has 2 asterisk pass rushes on the left linebacker, Bud Dupree, right linebacker, Khalil Mack. Another sideline pass, he gets the X reading, and a big one.
That's the 0-rated linebacker, Bud Dupree, that couldn't make the play.
Mm-hmm. Pick up a 20
just like
there.
that, the Rams are in scoring range.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's get Mostert in there now. Quick flare. Nothing there on Mostert's card, so it's 2nd down and 10.
So Ron beat Zeb in the playoffs on his side of the bracket, and that was last year's champion. And 2 years ago, Joe won the league. No, that was 3 years ago. Joe won the league. Joe the Hammer. And last year, the year before, Zeb was Nathan. So the Nathan's looking to be the first 2-time S28 champion.
Right. This is the 4th year for this league. It was basically just a scratch, 28 brand new teams. We all drafted 53-man rosters in one gigantic draft to get it started. It was a quick pass. That's their first down there. Yep.
It's a strong card. Tom's got him in Somifa. It's tough to stop.
Yeah, we commented yesterday that he wasn't too active in yesterday's game, but Tennessee had a 6 strong safety, so maybe that's why he looked for other options.
Yeah, you can use a guy like that as a decoy if you know the other guy's going to be double teaming him a ton. Frees up your other targets.
Off tackle run.
Zone was stuffed. Yep. Mark Andrews couldn't make the block that time, but it was a good move to bring the linebackers down. Bud Dupree was there hanging out. Mark Andrews needed to be a 6 in order to even gain 2 yards. So 2nd and 12 after the 2-yard loss.
Rams looking solid in this early drive. 4 plays of 10 yards or more. Let's see what Ron can do if they're playing a little bit behind the sticks.
Show them blitz. Maybe we'll see some of those guys. Dupree and Khalil Mack. He does go for a short pass, and the blitz is on. Gets the ball away, incomplete. That was a 37% chance of a sack, as Khalil Mack's asterisk rating was the one chosen instead of the free safety.
I see.
Or instead of Dupree. Dupree would have been a 7 asterisk, and of course the free safety is a 10 asterisk without the adjustments. So it would have been an 8 or an 11. Still might not have been a sack though. Random 84. That's pretty tough to get over.
So
3rd and 12.
Let's see.
Geist checks in.
Yes. So as we noted yesterday, he's got a good. Well, there's some good news on that card.
Ron decides not to show blitz. It goes 4-2-5. Then the Rams take a timeout after that. They didn't like what they saw.
I wonder if he's taking Geist out and maybe throwing somebody in there that's a better pass blocker.
Or maybe he'll try to run against. Oh, he goes full house. Interesting.
Very.
What do you do here? That's like a 3rd and short formation usually. He's trying to mix it up. Can still throw short.
Does he have anybody who he can? Well, he could go up the middle. He's got a 5-0 there.
A good point. Linebacker off tackle, the containment's not going to be that great. Ron could move up the free safety, but then you lose the 3-minute zone, or the 4-minute zone, I think. Oh, maybe not, though, because he's in a full house. So, if probably
move back automatically, right?
Yeah, so you want to move that 5 up or move him around a little bit and stick that 6 in there. You're not going to run at Matt. He's a 6 against the run. Off tackle right to Mostert, so he is trying to run for it. Containment in effect, but it's broken as he gets a white die 3. So Ron knew what he was doing. He moved his free safety down, doubled with the middle linebacker, just in case he was passing it. But Mostert breaks the contain, takes it down to the 1, and the Rams are on the verge of making this a touchdown lead.
So the free safety that he moved down, Eddie Jackson, would have been playing in the look-in pass zone. And because that was a white die 3, he was able to break contain because Jackson's run rating is a 4.
Correct. So
Right.
it only would have contained if you have a middle linebacker or DB there that was a 6 against the run.
Okay. And there's your first score. Dak Prescott up the middle for a yard, and the Rams take the lead. Boy, it's it's funny. I've been playing this for 4 years. I'm still learning this game, but we kind of talked our way into a play that that would have possibility. In the real life NFL, is that happening? Rarely is it happening, but in this game, when you see that linebacker 0. It's nice to have that 5 because you can stop those flat passes, but boy, it's tough when you got those zeros.
Yeah, but you think you can do a lot of things in the NFL with motion and different things like that you can't do in the game. So maybe this is just a way to kind of,
Equalizes.
you could imagine that, those guys were going in motion back and forth, creating some confusion, and then that opened up a hole up the middle.
And you still have to get the roll. I don't have the play percentages up there, but I'd be interested to see what kind of a percentage chance that would have been for a first down. I might put that on every once in a while. I never really pay that much attention to it.
I'm not sure how accurate that is too, because is it really going to tell you that, is it going to know which player the defender is going to put in there for contain, and is going to factor that in there? I don't think so.
Interesting.
So the Steelers need to answer here.
And they do. Good start, 10-yard pass. First down on Aaron Rodgers' card. He's got a good card here, but his card next year should be extra special. Those nice must runs, only 2-3 split on interception on 11, so not going to see too many mistakes with him. There's a deep shot for Ryan Griffin, and that pass is incomplete. Defender X reading.
Good idea. Single covered, nobody in the zone.
4 was able to make the play.
It was a 1x too to make sure that there was no sack chance.
McDougal.
Yeah, well, Griffin's covered by Shaq Barrett, so he was figuring he was going to come on a blitz.
Oh, did I miss that? Is he? Oh, there he is. You're right. He was on the wrong side.
But still, both are 4s. I don't think he left him home though. Saved by that 1x. Let's see what happens here. Showing blitz again. Quick out right to Gerald Everett. Nobody's in the zone, but it lands on the quarterback's card. See, Nathan's taking a calculated risk by leaving those flats open because he's getting the extra pressure, and it's working out for him so far.
So nobody in the zone on that play, but it's still guessed right. So we do or don't have the rule with an empty flat pass zone that it's guessed wrong.
Well, we do have that rule, but if you have 5 or more on the line coming, then that's changed on the quarterback's card to guessed right.
Let's see.
So if you would have been double teaming with the linebackers or not blitzing them, and you left it open, then it'll be moved to guessed wrong.
Gotcha.
But 5 or more on the line, and you're fine.
You're fine.
3-2-6 showing blitz. He's bringing the pressure. Hits Damian Williams out of the backfield thanks to the 1x, taking away some of that pass rush heat.
Good conversion.
Hey, Michael, I got to jump off here. I'll try to jump back on later, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thanks. We'll see.
Thanks again for doing this.
All right, no problem. Okay, so Dennis is going to leave the broadcast here for just a little bit, and we'll go ahead and take over. Here's a deep shot. Defense guesses run. That's a pass to Conley, and it's good, and that's going to go for a score. So Dennis probably is hearing this in the background. A long pass completed for 56 yards from Rodgers to Conley, and just like that, Pittsburgh is an extra point conversion away from tying this score at 7. So Baylor anticipating a run from Elliott, perhaps, and Ron Martin goes over the top for 56 yards. Rodgers must be relieved every time he's going back for a pass. He's being hounded, but this time didn't have a lot of pressure and is able to find Conley downfield, and we are knotted up at 7. So 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Game knotted at 7. Let's go back to the broadcast here and see if anybody else has joined us. So flying solo tonight. If you're listening to this stream, you're more than welcome to join. First and 10 for Baylor. That's Dak Prescott under center. He has Singletary and Mostert in the backfield. This time it's Singletary. 2 tight end set. We saw a lot of that last night in his game against Tennessee. A nail biter all the way down to the wire. They're able to pull out the victory. Tennessee missing a field goal at the end of regulation. It would have given them the lead. There's a guessed wrong short gain for Singletary, and that'll pick up 18. Move the chains. On the Rams' first drive, they had 4 chunk plays of 10 yards or more. Actually, 5. They had a third down conversion, 3rd down and 12, with a run that was all the way down to the 1. I believe it was either Singletary or Mostert, one of those two. I believe it was Mostert. Put the ball down at the 1, basically a 3rd and 12 conversion with a run. Unusual for the NFL, but not that unusual here. Here's a button hook pass. Guessed wrong. Picks up a yard, but the ball is fumbled. Let's see who gets possession of it. And Ron Martin takes over. The Pittsburgh Steelers and Ron Martin take over. That was a pass that was completed to Devin Singletary, who does have a problem holding on to the ball. He coughs it up, and Khalil Mack, the all-world outside linebacker from the University of Buffalo, shout out to Mid-American Conference, picks up the ball, and the Steelers have excellent field position here at the 42. Baylor again bringing heat. Guessed wrong, but Elliott's only able to pick up 2 on the play on his card. It's now 2nd down and 8. So running clock, 4:12 to go here in the first quarter. All knotted at 7. This is the Strat-O-Matic 28, Strat for short, Strat 28 title game. It's our 4th one. Nathan Baylor already has won a title. He's looking for his 2nd. Ron Martin is looking for his 1st. These are both veteran Strat-O-Matic coaches in a variety of leagues. Again, this league started 4 seasons ago with a brand new draft, basically everybody going from 1 to 53. Brand new league that started 4 seasons ago. I personally am in this league. It's one of the only playoff wins that I have in my 5-year career in Strat-O-Matic football. I had Andrew Luck, was my first draft pick, and his first season was great. I went 11-5 that year. The next year, he was injured for the entire season and went 5-11 with Carson Palmer. Luck comes back. I believe I went 11-5 again, lost the playoff game, and then there's a pass that's completed. 3 men in zone, and it's a pickup of 15 yards. Aaron Rodgers. And it's another 1st down. Pass to Hardiman, who's guarded by a 4. And this last year was pretty much a wasted year, although I made a nice trade for Josh Allen in the offseason. Didn't have a great quarterback card this year, but I'm looking forward to better things moving forward. So quick pass, guessed right, flat pass, receiver reading, incomplete. Looking for Gerald Everett, the real-life Los Angeles Ram. 2nd and 10 with the ball at the 21. 2:42 to go. So as this league is wrapping up, another popular Strat-O-Matic league is starting up, the SSFA, the Spring Strat-O-Matic Football Association. Tonight is cut down day. So in the next couple of days, we'll all be receiving new rosters, and we'll see who we're going to pick up. That's Elliott running. Guess wrong, but he hits the dreaded 5. And so now it's 3rd down and 11. Baylor has been consistently bringing lots of heat, and rightly so. He has Terrell Suggs, who is a 9. He's got an asterisk pass rusher and the best pass rusher in the set, and Shaquille Barrett, a 12-12. The middle linebacker doesn't bring much. So 3rd and 12. So 3rd and 11. What do you do here? Now, Baylor went up the middle. He is running a 3-2-6. So he opts for a quick pass that is incomplete. It's a defender -3 or -1. That's just an unfortunate roll because it's a look-in pass. The pass is automatically incomplete. And the kick is blocked. So 2 big plays back-to-back. Blocked kick. The Rams will recover, and they will take over at their own 35. So Singletary fumbles the ball to Pittsburgh. Steelers are able to move it a few yards, get in field goal range, and they're not able to capitalize. So the Rams will take over 1st and 10 at their own 35. So an unfortunate break there for the Steelers. Here's a pitch guessed right. It's on the defensive card, and the defensive end is able to make the play. It's only a gain of 1. Ron's got a very stout front line. As soon as offense makes his determination on lineups, we'll take a look at his front line. But I believe it's a 5, a 6, and a 5. There we go. He's got a 6, got a 6, got a 6, and he's got a 5. And his outside linebackers, Bud Dupree, Joe Schobert in the middle, Khalil Mack on the right. 2 speed rushers on both sides. Off tackle run. Defense guesses pass. It's guessed wrong. 22-yard pickup there for Devin Singletary. Got a dangerous card there. Guessed wrong. 6 and 7 short gains. But when you get into those high numbers, you hold your breath. 22 yards on a 12, 26 yards on a 2. So not quite as lethal as some cards with, Damian Williams in this set basically has a 91-yard gain. So I guess you feel a little bit fortunate to get away with only 22 yards. So Los Angeles has had the ball 3 times. This is their second possession in which they've made it into Steelers territory. Just a few ticks left here in the first quarter. Game knotted at 7. Screen pass. And that play is busted up right in the backfield. -1 on the play. Devin Singletary, who has a fumble on a screen pass already. 2nd down and 11. In the broadcast yesterday, Dennis mentioned that Singletary has a great card, guessed wrong, but you do put up with a little bit of fumbleitis with him. There's a quick out. It is caught. And it'll be a pickup of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 5. We'll move the So Far Today button out here so we can take a look at who caught that ball. That's Andrews, all-world tight end for the Baltimore Ravens. That's his 2nd. Second catch of the game. So it's a manageable 3rd and 5. Ball at the 37. We've entered the second quarter in the Strat-O-Matic 28 title game between the Rams, coached by Nathan Baylor, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, coached by Ron Martin. One-yard Dak Prescott run started off the scoring in the first quarter. A 56-yard pass from Prescott to Conley. And we're nodded. 0 men in zone reading, a 9-yard pickup and a 1st down. Prescott, so far, 71 yards, 8 of 10 throwing, There's another catch for Andrews. That's his third of the game. So he caught him on the 0 men in zone rating. So Nathan goes 3 wide in this set. Don't see that very often. We've pretty much primarily seen 2 tight end set for most of the game. So he spreads him out 3 wide. That means that Tramon Williams, I believe. That's right. Tramon Williams takes the field, and that is Mostert in the backfield. There's an inside run to Mostert. Defense guesses pass. That'll pick up 5, and then another 10 on top of that. And it's another first down for the Rams. With the ball resting at the Steelers' 13. 5 carries so far for Raheem for 36 yards. Nathan has 2 of the bust-out cards this year in Strat-O-Matic, running back-wise. He has weapons in every different direction. Dak Prescott, the best card he's had, I think, since he joined the league. And there's a pass over the middle that is caught. It's a pickup of 6 on the play. It's now 2nd down and 4. That's Andrew's 4th catch. It's the 3rd of this drive. So it's 2nd and 4, ball resting at the 7. Now the Rams choose to go full house here. Defense counters with their base 4-3. So let's see who's in that backfield. It would be Geis, who checks into the game, and Mostert. And that is a run for Geis. He has a nice limited carry card, and you're taking out Singletary here to avoid the fumble. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 1 with the ball at the 5. Is Ron going to be thinking about maybe trying to take a key on one of these players and get a 1 out of 3 shot of stopping them? It's 3rd and 2, 3rd and 2 from the 5. Maybe he doesn't have to be hyper aggressive. He has such a strong line. If he plugs the right holes, of course, we're playing with average cards tonight. So does Nathan just follow the lead of Tom Cook and just say Dennis Crowley the other night, just keep running line buck. Actually, that was Tom Cook who was saying that the other night. Just keep running line buck until it gets in there. Don't get cute. Don't get fancy. And the game is locked. So we will jump back into this. So I just verified that they are resetting the game. So give us just a moment. We'll jump right back into it. And we're back. So 3rd and 2. Once again, Nathan has that full house backfield in. You know, it's time like these when you start thinking about keys, and so you don't know if the other coach is just, ruminating on who to defend. or if the game is locked, but it did lock. So 3rd and 2. Looks like it's frozen again. I see user dropped, so okay, we'll wait for another number. Having a little bit of computer problems here. Hey Zeb, how you doing?
I just got home from work and I was trying to check out the game.
All right, well, come join me. Let's watch.
Well, I haven't. There's not much to see right now. It doesn't look like.
Come watch the delay. All right, they got stuck here. It's dropped twice. 32, 261.
That was a quick turnaround from the AFC Championship game to the Super Bowl. No 2-week delay.
Back-to-back games and then back-to-back-to-back. You're right. Yeah, I think these guys are having a little bit of technical difficulties here.
When I played Ron, his computer decided to auto update right in the middle of our game.
Oh.
and then it shut down and rebooted.
Don't you hate that? That's like the worst. That is so bad.
And I was just sitting there like I didn't know what happened, and he waited about 5 minutes, and he came back and explained it to me.
Yeah, that's right. I tried to play it cool this year, and just for fun, just like totally cut the cord and got rid of my internet just for fun, just to see, all right, I'm just going to tether off my phone's hotspot. Just let's see if this thing works, and I'll get YouTube TV and just forget Spectrum cable, and I'll just try roughing it. It worked for about 4 months, but my phone kept running out of charge, and I would have the game tethered to this, and it would just like, it took forever for my phone to charge again. So I could be like offline for like 5 minutes. The other guy doesn't know what's happening to me. I can't communicate to him. I can't send him a message.
Right.
There's no way to send him a message. I can't email him. I can't use my phone. Here we go. Gotcha. So the cable company's got me. Tried to stick it to the man, and the man's trying to keep me down. 3, 1, 2, 9. There we go.
I work with a lot of guys who use their phone as a GPS.
Okay.
And that using your phone as a GPS takes a lot of power out of it too.
Oh, interesting.
And so because it's constantly pinging to get a location.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I wonder if playing Strat football drains your charge quicker than just sitting there not doing anything.
Well, to me, I wasn't playing it smart. If you're going to do that, I mean, I've got chargers all over this house. I mean, even the ones you just put the thing on top of a charger. It's not like I even had to plug it in. Just plunk it down on the charger, and I don't think about it. I'm slacking some guy. Oh, there's your run, and there's your score, and that was Mostert. So on 3rd and 2, pull the card back up here. Oh.
Well, he had a lot of ways. Yeah. He had a lot of ways not to make that.
That's true. Well, so he survives a Singletary fumble, which we saw yesterday, off of a screen pass. Ron Martin's not able to capitalize off that blocked field goal. Los Angeles comes back and scores. So they have now taken the lead 14-7. Tons of time left here. 11:42 here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I just so I didn't know what. Thanks for filling me in there, Michael.
Sure. Pittsburgh 3 and out. Rams ran right down the field. Hardly any hiccups at all. But except one. There was a really nice conversion with the ball at the 13. Let's see. I think the ball was at the 18 on a 3rd and 12. Baylor called an off-tackle run, and Singletary got it all the way down to the 1. Prescott scores on the next play. Martin gets a couple of first down conversions off of Rogers' card on straight passes and makes his way to about the 45, and then Baylor called run on the same play that he called a deep shot, Rogers to Conley, so a 55-yard pass for a touchdown. Rams' next possession, 1 first down, Singletary coughs up the ball in a flat pass. Martin takes over at about the 45, gets 1 first down, blocked field goal, and we just saw the score right there. So not much resistance from Pittsburgh on that drive either.
Resistance has been his forte this year.
Yes, it most certainly has. He's run into a good offense here. But so far I don't believe we've seen a sack on either side, and Baylor's been bringing heat pretty consistently. Now, when Dennis is here, and I've got the card moved over, he's a little bit better at seeing these numbers on the side, and so he's been helping me out as far as like the pass rush percentages and how close this guy was or that guy was to getting sacks. So if he doesn't get him, he just doesn't get him. I don't know why he doesn't get him, but he's been looking for numbers.
Yeah, if you look at the board game details, you can see which matchup came up. Was it because you got your nose tackle who's a 1 or a 0 pass rush, or was a sack for you?
And just as we mentioned, there is the first sack of the game.
That was matched up against David Edwards is what caused that.
Okay. Deep kick to the 12. Waiting. Okay, so Rams will take over at the 12. They're already up a score. Pittsburgh had the ball first in this contest, so I think they've got to do everything they can to keep this to a 7-point lead. Looking for a stop, looking for a turnover. If they go down 2 scores and then have to kick the ball away, things are going to get a little rough. You don't want this game to get out of hand. Pick up a 4 on the play, defender X reading. But there are no 6s to be found in that linebacker slot. So,
has Nathan done a good job of distributing carries between the running backs?
Yes, it's been a good mix, actually, between the two. There will be plenty of carries for both of them.
Okay, good.
There's a quick out. That's a pickup of 4. So 3rd and 2. Did you see yesterday's game? Nicholas coached a really, really good game for Tennessee. That's Tyke's son, I think.
I didn't see it. I forgot it was being played even.
Mm-hmm. Dennis was on there with me, basically, and Nathan led most of the game, but Tennessee had the ball and was driving, and I believe he has Sly as their kicker, and missed a 46-yarder that would have given him the win with about 8 seconds to go. So it was a really, really good game. Nicholas just coached amazingly. He did super, super well. I thought he just did terrific. And when Dennis says he's doing it well, then you know he's doing it well. So I was impressed. There's a quick in. There's nobody in that zone. And that is a pickup of 15 on the play.
And that's going to happen sometimes. So, Dennis asked me the other day if I was over my loss. And, I know you're not going to win every game. Even if you make good calls, sometimes the dice are just going to come up bad. And I just try to focus more on, say, the process of trying to call a good game, which is what it sounds like Nicholas did. And
Mm-hmm.
If you call a good game and you get your kicker in position to make a kick that he should make, and it doesn't happen,
You can do it better.
nothing you can do about it.
You just got to put yourself in a position to win and don't do stupid things that basically you can blame on yourself. I mean, it's simple as that. There's a time to push the buttons and there's a time to ease off on the throttle. And I think the more you play, the more you know.
Get a feel for that.
Yeah. There's a slant pass, and that is on Prescott's card. That's 12 yards. But he stopped short of the first down. It's 3rd and 1 with the ball at the 44. Running clock, 6:36 to go. Rams up 7, looking for more here in the Strat-O-Matic championship game, 2021 season, 2020-2021 season. 4th year of this league. Ron Martin's looking for his first title.
Well, this is interesting. Nathan's going 3 wide, and Ron's staying with the base formation.
Yeah, I guess he's just anticipating. Maybe he's anticipating Ron.
Well, I would say I was going to say I would be looking right for a look-in pass.
And there it was. You were right.
Because there's nothing Ron can do to defend that zone. Well, he can't bring any additional help there.
Right. And the base, you're right.
I mean, Nathan is throwing at his highest rated linebacker, but he's still not a 6, so it's a pretty high percentage pass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the I would rather see him, even go 4-2-5 than just stay in the 4-3 there.
Yeah. I see your point. So good job by Ron there. Short yardage. No pickup there for Singletary, so it's 2nd and 10. Ron trailing by 7. Doesn't want to go down too much more than that, especially since he's not going to have the ball to begin the 3rd quarter.
I'm sure Nathan would just love to burn up about another four minutes here and score.
Absolutely. So that's a button hook pass. Defender. Oh. Wow, look at that. 2 men in the zone. Very close to a turnover that could have turned this game upside down. So Nathan breathing a sigh of relief there.
That used to be an interception, and a few years ago, I think it was Ed, went through and redid some of the draft league cards, and he toned down the interceptions on a flat pass.
Oh, boy. Well, I'm kind of glad that they did that. I know they've made a conscientious decision to do that. Well,
because there's quarterbacks. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I think, was below 1% interception
right
in real life, and you're going to throw more than that just on the defensive cards alone. So they did need to tone them down.
Yeah, I mean, on a 50-50, and that's, I won't say a flaw in the game, but I mean, everything is about 50-50 in this game.
Yeah.
And, like when you got a card like Dak Prescott in his rookie season, I think he had 30 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. And the first year that I played with him, I think he wound up with and again, I'm new to this game, so I probably was throwing stupidly, but 12 interceptions in his first year, there's no way to stop that unless you tone it down on the defensive cards.
Yeah. But that's kind of a bitter pill to swallow when you're Ron.
Oh, yeah, no question. I mean, well, you made the right call, and especially, that's a cool call when you put another defender in a place where there's a 5 already. So yeah. I'm sure that Nathan wasn't expecting that. So 3rd and 10, this is going to fall short with 4 men in the zone. So Ron definitely breathing a sigh of relief here as it looks like he's going to hold serve. Unless we see something wacky here.
I kind of doubt you will. Needing 10 yards.
Oh, yeah, missed it by a yard.
Should have taken a kneel down on 3rd and 10.
What? You see that somebody has joined. You're like, I wonder if somebody just mentioned that. Somebody was thinking what you were thinking, but no, somebody just joined. So Ron, for all effective purposes, is still in this game as he dodges going down by 2 scores. And there's plenty of time, 4:30, to make some noise for himself. 80 yards to go. First and 10 from his 20.
Rams.
Go ahead, please. All right. We've seen a lot of that, actually.
Pretty aggressive defense.
Very, very. You're right. Deep shot. That's him doing. I'm looking for Conley. Oh, he was double teamed. That's right. I'm sorry. I didn't notice. He's the one who caught that early 56-yard touchdown pass that gave Pittsburgh their only score. So Ron Martin aggressive against this blitzing defense. Go big or go home.
Well, I mean, big plays were how he beat me.
Mm-hmm.
I think, if I was playing him, I would make him, I wouldn't do anything to give him any chances at a long, any extra long gain chances.
Mm-hmm.
The score in the time remaining in half.
Right. Put yourself in jeopardy of that scope if you're throwing blitz up there, and he does it again. So
it's kind of funny that even if you get him double teamed correctly, that sniper scope will be a long gain.
Nullifies it.
Yeah.
Is he going to make it? Yes, he does. Aaron Rodgers, big game Aaron Rodgers coming through with a pickup of 5. He's got a really nice must-run card.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson would have been sacked there.
Isn't that something? I didn't realize how good a card that is. To get to a 10 and have a 5, that's impressive.
He doesn't have the big gainers at the top end, but a little more consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the difference between Saquon Barkley and some of the other running backs.
Right.
Raheem Mostert.
I tell you what, though, 2 through 5 to get you a shot at a first down, that's not bad. Just think what is there's your goofball flat pass card.
The dreaded 10.
Yeah. Boy, those are ugly numbers. It's tough to make a living on that.
Unless you roll a 6.
Yep. With Nathan bringing 5 pretty much every time, I mean, it's just right on one. Now, granted, you can get you a 0 man in zone, but it's guessed right on the defense's card, on the quarterback's card too. So it's tough to make a living on flat passes here. Guessed right. Pass falls incomplete. Looking deep, and was that Griffin he was looking for? Yep, Ryan Griffin. He's guarded by a 4.
Pretty much everybody's guarded by a 4.
Yeah, and 0 man in zone again, bringing the heat. Look, you get you a 7, you get you an 8, you get you a 9. Things are looking real pretty. Well, not a 7, but yeah. Well, 7 doesn't give you too much there. Wow, 2 through 3. That seems funny. If we're playing with average defensive cards, why would a Defender X be a 2 through 3 completed? I think that'd be a little higher than that.
Where are you looking?
I'm looking at 0 man in zone. Oh, it's interception 2 through 3. Okay, I see it. I wasn't looking at it.
11.
Yeah.
Or intercepted.
I had it backward. Anyway, 3rd and 13. Ball at the 38.
So he's gonna, assuming he doesn't convert this. Oh boy. Oh.
And there is your sniper scope.
And he was double teamed correctly too.
Yep. You called it. You just said it 2 minutes ago. Wow. Good call, Zeb. And good call, Ron Martin. Even better call, Ron Martin.
So now Ron's sitting
Very pretty.
Yeah.
Doubly pretty because he's a little bit away from field goal range and he doesn't give the ball back to Nathan with 2 timeouts and 2 minutes to go. So,
Well, so now Nathan's showing blitz. Will Ron tone it down, start burning some time, or is he just going to chuck another one up there?
he hasn't had a problem doing it so far. So again,
The dreaded
pass, it's that crappy 10. It's a look-in pass, so it falls incomplete. Can't get negative yards on a look-in pass.
but it
So
stops
with
at top.
2 minutes to go, he can go 3-3-5. Got that blitz coming back again. Maybe a draw to Elliott here.
That's Fournette.
Oh, Fournette, okay. Crossing, and there is your, and it's a big sack too. It knocks him clear out of field goal range.
Yeah, I like your idea better.
Yeah. Now, well, the thing is, if you don't have he's got Mostert and Singletary, so you've got those guessed wrong short gains that make some noise. With Elliott in there, you just don't have a good card, so you can't really run a draw here that's going to get you into field goal range. I think it extends out to the 38. This kicker.
It's Leonard Fournette, not Elliott.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why do I think that's Elliott? That was, you know what? That was Tennessee's running back yesterday. I'm sorry. That's why.
And Ron has Elliott and Samifa, I think.
Oh, yeah. Well, and there's your off-tackle draw, but it's on the defensive card. Had it been on the offensive card, it wouldn't have been a gain anyway. So, but Ron did accomplish one thing, and that is drill a whole bunch of time off the clock. He's going to probably pin him deep here, and he'll go into the locker room only down one score, barring some craziness. And there's the kick that Nathan wanted. So that ball is going to be all the way to the 1. Methinks. Oh, no, it went out the goal line. Okay. I thought that was clipped at the 1. But that's two kicks that just barely missed the pylon. So ball at the 20, first and 10, minute 7 to go. At some point, Baylor called another timeout.
On that last draw on third down.
Okay. So he decided to preserve some time here. One timeout remaining. Now, before you joined, Singletary's got this really nice short gain 6, short gain 7, guessed wrong on off tackle. He rolled a 12, and your heart's in your throat when you get a 12. It's only like a 22-yard gain.
Yeah.
And he fumbled for the second time in this game, and Martin's going to pick it up. Steelers are going to pick this ball up at the 38. Don't know if he decided to run with it or not, but anyway, he'll actually pick it up there at the 39.
Nope, he didn't try to advance it.
He didn't try to advance it. Okay. So new life for Martin. The second fumble, and Dennis had mentioned that in the broadcast yesterday, that Nathan loves Singletary's card, but this is the kind of stuff you put up with. And
his fumble number isn't that high either.
yeah, it's just unfortunate to have 2 of them in a row. So
Actually, Mostert would have fumbled that too. Any running back would have fumbled that because it was a roll of 3.
okay.
Oh, interesting. Ron doesn't take a timeout there. He didn't even go hurry up.
Wow. Boy, that is interesting. I wonder why he did that. He's really limiting himself here. So second down and 8, and that's
maybe that's why he did it.
Yeah, you know what? What do we know? Just call the game, Michael. You don't need to be talking about this. So I didn't notice that Baylor called run there.
Yeah.
Well, that could have been even worse. That's quite a guessed wrong card there for McCole Hardeman.
Well, that's nice bluff by Ron. I'm just going to run the clock out.
Sure. Oh, I'm questioning this. I'm questioning 2 calls in a row. Interesting. Okay. Defense calls pass. There's your off tackle run.
Oh, he just missed. If he hit 8, that was a touchdown.
Oh my gosh. So right now, up is down, left is right. 22 seconds to go. Well, and then you got wrong with his.
Fournette's kind of chunky as a runner.
Yes. Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right.
$12 yards rushing so far.
2 men in the zone, pickup of 1 on the play. The call by Nathan, flooding that flat.
Yeah, it was a 6 roll, so he would have. What would it have been? 10-yard pickup.
It would have been
7-yard pickup.
Yep.
Yeah, it seems like Ron has got to get more production out of the run game, though.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's going to have an uphill battle.
Yeah, he's been relying on Rogers' card a lot. Short and long, flat. He's thrown. Oh, look here, just 19 throws so far. That's a potential for 40 throws in a game. That's a lot for Strat. That's not a lot in the NFL, but that is a lot for Strat. So 3rd and 9. Just got to be really careful here and watch that turnover. I mean, you're very close to cutting into this lead. Wow, guessed wrong 0. There's that Fournette card that's quite chunky. Or as somebody said one time when we were doing a card preview, that is a barbell card. It's got weights on the outside and real thin bar in the middle. When you're getting a 0, you should expect much more than that on a guessed wrong reading. That's frustrating.
Yeah.
That's a typical short gain for just about anybody who's anybody in this league. So
8 carries for 12 yards.
And that's going to end the half. So we called timeout with 1 second to go. Pluck that field goal through. Lambeau makes it a 14-10 game. And so couldn't hope for more. Basically, you got a tight game here in your championship. I have an autumn wind game here in about 20 minutes. And I may have to get Dennis's attention, see if he'll come back. Oh, well, look who's here.
Who's that?
I believe that's Tom Cook, whose mic is off. I wonder if he'll take over here in just a little bit to call the rest of this game.
Send him a message on Slack.
I will.
Spell it off.
Oh, there we go.
740. What happened? You had to do the stream?
Let me tell you something. The finest broadcaster who has ever called Strat-O-Matic games, Tom Cook. I have been calling this Dennis.
You're damn right.
Yeah. Deb's on here too, and he is correcting my wrongs. I have an autumn wind game here in about 20 minutes. So Dennis will be back on just a little bit too. I was wondering if you could take over.
I've heard that phrase. Dennis will be back on. I've heard that phrase before.
Okay.
I've noticed it doesn't always come to fruition. If you'd like, Mike, I'll take over the game.
Sure, I love that. Absolutely love that. I'll keep the stream going.
You want me to take over? You want me to take over right now, so you can prepare for your game, or do you want to make it a 2-man booth until you leave?
Well, I just thought about something. If I'm watching this game, if I turn this off and I'm the one running the stream, how can I play another game? I don't think I can. Do I have to shut down the broadcast, have somebody else take over?
Oh, what a tangled web we weave.
I can. You know what? I can ask Larry. Let me see if Larry will go to 10:30. I can move my game with Larry. It's autumn wind, Packers. He's on the West Coast. I bet he could probably move it to 10:30.
I'll probably have to play your game for you, Michael.
Why don't you go do that? I'm syncing it up in autumn wind. Go ahead. He'll never know. I'll send you the pregame.
I think he's 12-2, Zeb. That's how barely he's thinking it up. He's just upset because he was 12-0. And he was dreaming of a perfect season, and now it's all over.
Oh yeah, and it gets worse too because the guy who beat me like a drum, he's coaching the Rams tonight. So not that I'm rooting for Ron Martin or anything, but it's hard to be unbiased.
But Michael, your goal was not to go 16-0 with that team. Remember that.
The
goal is to have a very strong season and hope we do well. All that's still in.
A great man,
losing one game.
a great man who sounds a whole lot like you, as a matter of fact, said that 16-0 is not the goal. That's not the goal. That's just window dressing. You go 16-0 and you don't make noise in the playoffs and win the whole thing, then what's the point?
Yeah, believe me. Well, you don't have to win the whole thing, but believe me, I've been 16-1. It's not a lot of fun. Okay, I'll take 14. I'd much rather go 14-3. I promise you that.
Absolutely.
Because you haven't set your expectations so high.
Are you emailing Larry?
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
All right, and do you want me to? All right, I'll start calling some play-by-play while you're emailing Larry. Let me know when you're ready to jump back in. Okay.
I would be honored.
All right, so we got the second half of the game here between Nathan and Ron Martin, I believe. Nathan's up 14-10. Edwin Wright, Devin Singletary. I don't know whose team is whose. This is Nathan's team. Offensive on 10 +2 ±1. Mark Andrews, 5 on a 5. What am I looking at here? I'm missing something. There we go. Okay, I'm a little behind. Okay. Makes the block. 3rd and 10. So we got Singletary and Raheem Mostert, the running backs here for the Dak Prescott-led Rams. I think Nathan's got Prescott in order wind, as Michael can attest to. John Brown and Odell Beckham Jr., a couple of maxed out receivers over there. Sammy Watkins, your third guy. Nathan loves to go 3 wide and get the matchup, but Ron's got an extra defensive back 5, as well as a host of other 5s in the secondary. And who's the happy 6 back here? That's Eddie Jackson. 3rd and 10, 3 wide, 1 halfback. Darius Guys checks in, covered by a 4. Nathan's not shy. He'll probably throw downfield. This is a modern Samifa style rules league. It's not a Samifa league, but the same rules. So you can play for the dump off. More confident throwing short long pass. Ron doesn't mind blitzing at times. And it's Nathan taking his time with the play call here. Uncharacteristic. Probably a real life distraction going on. I'm assuming a lot of pass blocking on this team.
He's got 3 7s on there.
Show best Sammy Watkins, single coverage, 4 men in zone. Defense double teaming, budget free, incomplete on the defensive cards. Average on these draft league team defensive cards here in the Super Bowl. No home field advantage, neutral site. Maybe they're playing in Tampa like they're on the NFL. Dustin Colquitt with the 47-yard punt to Cole Harmon has a touchdown 2 and a 5-minute card otherwise. Hearing feedback on my thing here. And it's a fair catch. We got a little slow speed here with some of the action. Everyone's got different incident strength. Leonard Fournette is the running back. Aaron Rodgers the quarterback. I'm announcing all these things like they're brand new because I just jumped in and don't know the personnel on these teams too well. I know Nathan's team a little bit. 3-4 blitz. Ron beat us in the playoffs last year. Nathan beat us in the playoffs this year. So I guess I shouldn't want anyone to win. I GM for Dennis with the Seahawks. I'm holding him back, as I'm sure he'd have won at least one Super Bowl on his own already. 3-4 blitz for the defense. I'll tackle draw Leonard for that defense against the pass. Dreaded 5-1. It's extra dreaded when 4 is a long gain. The extra dreaded 5 for Leonard Fournette on the left tackle wrong. 2nd and 11. And even 6 is +6. I'll take that.
Well, Fournette is really struggling right now, Ron. Or Tom.
Okay. Well, he has that type of card. He's chunky, right?
Yeah, I think he's 9 carries for 11 yards so far.
Yeah, that's not good. 2nd and 11. Ron's down 14-10. Did Ron Seth, did you win the title last year or you won the title 2 years ago?
I beat Ron last year. And then he's back here playing for the game this year.
All right. So Ron back-to-back Super Bowl appearances. There's a big stack. As Nathan showed free safety blitz, brought a couple of linebackers with it. He got the looks like an auto sack on the D6. I guess Ron's looking for Fournette out of the backfield. They missed the offensive play call, but it's 3rd and 21 now.
And Nathan's been showing aggressively.
Say what, Zeb? Does that repeat that?
Nathan has been showing blitz aggressively. He was actually burned in the first half. He showed blitz, correctly double-teamed Chris Conley, and was beat by a sniper scope, which overruled his correct double team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was on a short pass, I guess, or a long pass, one man?
That was on a short pass, roll of 10.
Okay. 3rd and 21 for the Rams at their own 17. 2 tights, 2 wide, 1 running back. Off tackle Jordan Fournette trying to pop that 4-long gain, or 12 plus 81, or 7 no yards.
The dreaded 7.
It's not good. It's not good if guessed wrong. It's a dreaded 7. That's not a good sign on the running back. 4th and 21 for Pittsburgh. Lack Edwards. Not lacking in that punt. It goes 55 yards. That'll be 55, 65, 72 to about the 28-yard line, I believe. If my quick math is good. A lot of hang time on this punt, Seb. There's a fair catch. Okay. John Ricardo calls a fair catch. 1st and 10. I wonder if Ron has a little bit of a slow internet connection. I know it's when I play in this. Like he'd already punted. He wasn't even in control. It was just like taking time. 1st and 10, the Rams up 14-10. A lot of weapons. Nathan likes to get the skilled weapons. He and I are similar that way. He's got good receivers. Mark Andrews and Greg Olson, tight end, who just retired. Devin Singletary and Dak Prescott. Hold on. Was it food here or no? Okay.
Well, that's the first sack of the game.
15. I missed the play.
First sack of the game for
Because of
Pittsburgh.
impending Chinese food delivery. Go ahead, Michael.
It was the first sack of the game for Pittsburgh. So
2nd and 15. I'd be wary of a Devin Singletary run here. Ron's got a 5.666 that plays a 4.3. I don't think he's going to run here. Nathan likes to try to pop the short game in this situation. These guys are good coaches, so you can't. No one's going to be just giving up anything, or you can't assume anything. They'll mix it up.
Singletary with 2 fumbles in the first half, Tom.
Okay, looking past John Brown. White day 6 in play. Gets a gain of 4 on Prescott's card. Makes it a more palatable 3rd down for the short pass conversion if he gets a completion. 16 of 21, $128 for Prescott. I'm just returning from a triumphant auto win contest, Michael.
oh, good. Who would you play?
I upended the Montreal Alouettes 23-21, sending them to their 8th loss of the season, and in his eyes, eliminating him from the playoffs.
And probably not. You're right. I think that would have knocked him out of the playoffs. That definitely. Well, Joe Golden already had clinched, so now there's only 1 spot left.
It's not guaranteed because there's nobody else over there guaranteed to go 9-7. So you could have a log jam at 8-8, but he was not feeling optimistic afterwards. 3rd and 11 for the Rams at their own 27. Dime 3.26. Ron showed it last time as well. It was a much long. I think that was longer down in distance. I don't recall.
I think Ron's just proud of all those 5 defensive backs.
Indeed. He wants to show us he's got 2 extra defensive back 5s. Off tackle, Jordan Singletary, defensive -1 to +5. Marcus Davenport makes the play. -1 makes it 4th and 12. So it looks like we've got a tight ball game there, fellas, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this has been Ron's sort of his formula for the whole postseason. Low-scoring, tight ball games.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, hold on in the 4th or pull it out late. 59-yard punt goes all the way down to 15 for Taven Austin. Tremendous hang time in these punts today, I have to admit. Finally, we got a 12-yard return. 12-8-6 on the opponent PR. So that is a 47-yard net. And Pittsburgh's taking over at their own 27.
Did you see the Rams game yesterday, Tom, our broadcast against Tennessee?
No, I didn't. I had my own playoff game. And I didn't get to catch up on any of the stuff.
Hey, and you would be interested to know that Dennis and I were hosting the game yesterday, and he was basically calling this game and watching your game on another screen. All right, that's how much he cares.
Yeah, he told me. Now Michael Michael views it as that's how much Dennis cares, not realizing that Dennis would be scheduled to play me the following round, and he wanted to scout and see what's going on in that game. So 2nd and 10.
It's dripping with sarcasm. All right.
Okay. Second down and 10. Now, has Nathan been calling run at all, or just like, you know what, Fournette's chunky, I'm going to let him run with Fournette and see if he hits one?
It seems like he's pretty much just been showing blitz and bringing heat.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Flat best left to Gerald
he did
Everett.
call run one
Plays,
time.
so it's a 6-yard gain. Go ahead.
He did call run one time at the near the end of the first half with about 30 seconds left, and McCole Hardman picked up a 21-yard reception on that play on his receiver card, and that may have cured him from calling a run for the rest of the game.
Yeah, okay, there you go. He's seen enough. I tried it once. For a big third down here. Let's see if someone can get a drive going. Right now, it's a punt fest.
Longest run of the game is 4 yards here, so you kind of got to be expecting pass on this play.
Yeah. With the run blocking isn't too strong. I can see what Nathan's deferring. Maybe an off tackle left to Fournette. Get that guard 6 in play. I mean, it's the best you can do. Sure best Chris Conley, dump off incomplete, and it'll be another punt midway through the third quarter. Is this like the 1962 Strat-O-Matic?
Minus those turnovers.
40-yard punt down to the 27-yard line to the one back to get a good return or something. It's McCole Hardman. Something exciting. And +7. That's the best you're going to do. Touchdown to Carter. Oh, actually, Ron's got McCole Hardman. Okay.
Correct.
I'm seeing what so many returns. We're getting these guys confused. So Nathan takes over. His turn to go 3 and out. Let's see if he does better than that. I mean, you'd think there's a lot of firepower on this offense with Nathan. I like the way things look for him in this game. Sure best Greg Olsen covered by 4-9s, complete for 12 yards. Just look at the offensive personnel. I like Nathan's team in this matchup. Fournette versus Singletary and Mostert is not a great matchup. He's got the good quarterback, the better, I would say. He's got a real good quarterback and a lot of good receiving targets. Off tackle right to Devin Singletary. He's got a linebacker of his own. Linebacker -2 or +5, a loss of 2. Bud Dupree spoiling the play. It would have been a 5-yard game without a man there. So Ron's got some good blitzing here with Bud Dupree, of course, 0-5-12-7. And Khalil Mack, 12-1 on the other side. Plays with 4-3, so only one of those can come into play with the 4-man line, but he can alternate blitzing them. It doesn't have to be so obvious and blitz only the one guy. And they've got good run ratings. The draw for Singletary, 8+10. There's a fumble, loose ball. 3rd one for Singletary on the game is what Zeb tells me. At the steal of 46, who's going to recover it? And the Rams recover their own fumble. I actually could have seen that in the box and not gotten so excited, but I just saw the fumble. Ali Villanueva falls on it. 3 fumbles now for 2 fumbles up here, it says, but maybe because that's going to lose one. So you're saying he lost 2 fumbles earlier or just fumbled earlier?
I think this is his 3rd fumble, but he's only lost 1 of 3.
No, he lost 2.
He lost 2 out of 3.
He lost 2. He lost 1 on a screen pass and another on a run.
It's showing 2 because one of them was a receiver fumble, Tom.
Okay, short pass Greg Olsen, even because his pass blitzes everybody. He's uncovered short game on a dump off, complete for 10 yards, and a big first down on 3rd and 2 for the Rams. They're now into getting close to scoring territory. That was Frank Clark, 7 on a 14. Bradley Reef picked him up. It was a 48. 1-48 sack, 63 at random.
That was Frank Clark with 3 linebackers too.
On pass Odell Beckham, nobody there, but this guy's correctly dump off of a gain of 4. Makes it 2nd down and 6. Yes, the linebackers were in there on that pass rush. Prescott 19 of 24 for $154. Been efficient but not explosive.
Could have used some linebackers that time blitzing.
4 and 3 was 8 on the 1 to 8, and you got a random 16. So some bump up would have helped. The 4-man line, they bump up in a hurry.
Yeah, already
2nd and 6 for
range.
the Rams. Yep. 2nd and 6 for the Rams. The Pittsburgh 32. Nathan usually has a decent kick when he's competing, which he is this year. Looking past John Brown, wild linebacker 5'10", is +6 in the first down from Prescott at the Pittsburgh 26. Of course, Strat-O-Matic, a large league, you can't always have everything. So sometimes a guy might not have that good a kicker, for example. $14-10. a big defensive stand you needed by Steelers. You only give up a touchdown and go down 2 scores here late third quarter against a good coach and a good team. Linebacker Devin Singletary, defense calls pass, no linebackers there. 11+9 in Singletary's card, 2nd and 1. It's a nice tandem, Terry and Mostert. And so good. Strong lines. And you get a few 5s in the line to help with the run game. Nothing that Zeb or I would be happy with, right, Zeb?
My team is not in this league is not very strong as far as the offensive line, Tom.
Yeah, I'm saying in general, we like the run block. I'm following your lead there, Zeb. So
I did have Travis Frederick this year, so I had to run blocking where it counted.
There you go. Flatfish left Odo Beckham, and Nathan's sitting at 7+4 repeatedly, but it's working out okay. So 4-yard gain to Beckham on the screen pass. It's a first down for the Rams at the Steelers 13-yard line, 3:18 to go. This is the spot where it's like you're an offense, you're rolling, it's going good. It's a big game. You're like, I just don't want that horrible turnover. Don't give me like a pick-off 2 to 3 return for a touchdown. You know? Yeah, I want the touchdown and stuff like that, but like in the back end, it's like, please, no disaster. Just give me like normal results here, and I'll accept it. Just nothing disastrous, please. Off tackle left, Devin Singletary. Defense double teaming 8+7. Just missed the short gains. Could have been a touchdown, but they'll settle for the 2nd and 3 at the Steelers 6. 2:42 to go, late third quarter. Will we see the full house? We see it. Alex Armah is in there. Darius Geisen instead of Devin Singletary. I don't know, saving attempts perhaps. I don't know. I know he can catch. This is with the linebacker run because comes away.
Less chance of a fumble with Geis.
Okay. Showbridge is 0 linebacker. The free safety is only a 4. So running a linebacker here with a 6.65, Zeb, with the full house dump off. That looks like a full house bump. That looks like a nice proposition, I think.
It is, but I tell you, it's hard to run against this front line of runs, too.
I'm with that press that gets wrong. He's the other guy. +4 in the first down. Yeah, but if you're going 6.65 and his little linebacker is 0, the safety 4, if he brings him up, I would still take my chances, I think.
I had
many DT readings.
In my game against Ron, I had the ball first and goal on his 1-yard line, and I couldn't punch it in.
Anything could happen. I'm not saying that's automatic or anything, but I still take my chances. 1st and goal from the 2 for the Rams. I mean, he's got 6. He's got Khalil Max is 6, and Bud Dupree's a 5. Darius Geis, offensive right guard, +7 and +2. It's a touchdown for Darius Geis. I question his presence that he comes through. Young Huku comes out for the extra point. I think it's my first time getting to call his name in the broadcast, which is always fun. So the Rams taking control of the game here.
If he makes this kick, it's the run needs 2 touchdowns then, or a touchdown like 2-point conversion and a field goal.
Yeah, there's the old touchdown 2-point conversion field goal routine. But 21-10, that's where you want to be. It's basically a 2-touchdown lead. Kickoff deep into the end zone. That'll be a touchback, I assume. 8 yards deep, but no Harbin has a touchdown. You know what happens when you assume. And these returns are taking a long time to generate a result for those of us who are spectating. It's a touchback. And Ron's offense has not done much since I've been watching the game. Did he do much in the first half?
No. I mean, his running game has been non-existent.
And this is a questionable secondary for the Rams. They're still showing blitz here up to touchdown, but maybe he feels like I'm not going to stop one of these 4s and 0s running around. Yeah. One past Gerald Everett. They are showing blitz. Oh, incomplete on Rogers' card. He was double teaming elsewhere. There was nobody in the zone. Everett was covered by a 4, but he popped the zone card. You wanted something on the defense, 5 or 6, preferably. Well, he got a white die.
It would have been a sniper scope on the defense.
That would have been nice. You can show him blitz again. I had a game last night where I was blitzing the hell out of Lamar Jackson, and it worked out. But up here, 21-10, I wouldn't be so keen to be showing blitz. I'd make him get a couple of first downs first, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would. But I'm not playing this game either, so I'll defer to Nathan, who's already won 1 Super Bowl in this league and is on the cusp of winning his 2nd Super Bowl in 4 years.
Flat pass left to Leonard Fournette, complete for 6 yards despite turning in the zone. So Ron's got 3rd and 4. I think it was the most makeable third down I've seen him here in this third quarter. But you can see where this is a sputtering offense. Anytime you're the chunky running back, it can be a sputtering offense. And Rodgers not as good in the flat pass as he was years ago. Should get a bounce back next year. I think he had a fine completion percentage this year.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I might take out Leonard Fournette, put in Damian Williams, and try to run it.
There you go.
It almost feels like two-down territory.
3rd and 4. I think I'd punt you if I don't get it. Well, tackle left to Fournette. Offensive on to tackle 5 and 2 is only a 4, though. Donovan Smith can't make the block. The lack of run blocking really hurts you in so many ways. In this type of situation. 4th and 2 for the Steelers' own 32. I would punt here. He's going to go for it. It looks like you agree with this? Is that it's a 4-down territory?
I think I would. If I was going for it, I don't think I would put Fournette in. I might. I guess I'm not as familiar with the team as Ron is, but I might go with Damian Williams.
Sure. But what would you go? But you would go for it. Sure, best line for that. Even guess is wrong. Defender X. Shaq Barrett makes the play. The great Shaq Barrett. Michael goes well. A 4 defender on a 4 to turn the ball over on downs. And the LA Rams are going to have to do in great shape as they try to secure their second Strat 20 championship. Good, Michael.
That's why you make an aggressive trade for a Shaq Barrett. He's just so good in defending passes.
That's right, especially if you have the foresight to trade for him and then get pilloried by the so-called guru. His white dice short game jersey completion.
You were mentioning Pittsburgh's offense. They did leave 3 points on the field.
Oh, no. How do I do this?
Oh, got to get the phone?
Yes, hello. Okay, coming. Hold on. 1 second, guys.
Sure.
I got to mute.
So that is a tough 4th down conversion for Ron, just because he doesn't have that.
He doesn't have the running backs. I have Damian Williams' card in a couple of leagues, and guessed right, he's not the guy you want in there either. I mean,
he doesn't have the flat passing either. So
right.
He's throwing short on 4th and 2.
I understand it's kind of panic mode at this point when you're down 2 scores and you're heading into the 4th quarter. But I think that I'm not sure that's the play that you want there. And again, I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying I don't think you have the personnel to go for 4th down there.
Yeah.
He's not criticizing. He's just saying he doesn't think it's the play you want, and then he doesn't have the personnel to go for it. But he's not criticizing.
Yeah.
Second.
Well, it's a desperation situation, but it's not what your team is built for.
I would have punted.
Yeah.
I don't think it's desperation. I mean, it's not in 4th quarter yet. It's not a good place to be in, but anyway, it's all moot now, and Ron knows what he's doing. So, and he probably felt like I got to do something. I'm not stopping Nathan, whatever. But anyway, now it's a touchdown for Alex Arma, and the Rams go up 20-10.
Touchdown for Darius.
Now it's certainly desperation situation.
Yeah.
There's a Darius guy touchdown. Alex Arma making the key block. Thank you, Zeb. Nathan must have won it, I guess, in year 2, right? Because he was going to have in the first one.
Yep.
Dennis, I can't crack that.
You said Alex Arma got the touchdown there, Tom. I did a double take. I kind of had visions of Mike Ditka giving Refrigerator Perry the token touchdown in the 1985 Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's right. And instead of the well-deserving Darius Geis, after all of his tremendous years of service to the franchise. Short pass, Chris Conley complete for 12. Nathan, no, this is Ron. I'm sorry. So Ron's down 18 now. You're talking 2 touchdowns, a field goal, and a 2-point conversion, and that's a tall order, to say the least.
And Nathan is backing off
the
blitz now, a little more conservative on defense.
Might as well. Should take him a few minutes to get the first touchdown at the least. Short pass, Chris Conley. Nathan still brings the linebacker a heat, and why not? See, Joe Thuney's a 7. Donovan Smith's a 5. The center Schwartz is a 7. The right guard's only a 5. The right tackle's a 7. With that right guard 5, if you got two good blitzing linebackers, you like to bring the second one as often as you can. You got Suggs and Barrett. Suggs is a 9. I'll tackle draw to Fournette. Nose tackle +4 +9. Tyson Alalu could not make the play. So that's Fournette's longest run of the game. You tell me 12 carries, 22 yards.
And you're correct that Suggs has beat David Edwards on a couple of occasions in this game.
Okay. 3rd and 1 for the Steelers at their own 46. Defense showing blitz. More things change, but one to stay the same. I'm back Aaron Rodgers. Games 3. Why not? More things change, but one to stay the same. You see a lot of the same coaches in a lot of the Super Bowls. Nathan's here. Ron's here, 2nd year in a row. Nathan 2 out of 3. You're telling me. Dennis, Jay Villing, you get there, Zeb. A lot of guys always getting in there. 1st and 10 for Pittsburgh at their own 49. Long pass trail there. Defense blitz picked off 2 to 5 on 12. Intercepted by Trey Boston. Will Nathan run it back? That fumble does happen occasionally. Inquiring minds want to know. And looks like that it says answer advancement interception, no. But in previous years, I know there had been a bug where if you got a no gain, it said you had not tried to return it. So I don't know if that's still in there or not. But the bottom line is Nathan's in complete control, 28-10, 10:30 to go. 2nd title in 3 years. And didn't he just win something else in the last year that I would be familiar with? Dennis Smith said it last year. Nathan hasn't been to Samifa. I don't know. So what did Larry say, Michael? Is he okay with kicking the move the kickoff back or no?
Yes. 10:30.
All right. Now Claude's counting on you. Because, Larry's 6-6. He's got to play the Mighty Rams, 12-2, and he's got to play the Grand Rapids. Or not the Rapids. What are they? The Grand Rapids Panthers.
Rampage.
Grand Rapids Rampage. What is that? Is that an arena name?
Yes, that is right.
Yeah. He's got a pretty good team usually. He's a very good GM. Dave Moulton. 45. Yeah. Lima Raheem, most successful run key. So Larry could possibly lose both of those games. And Larry's got a pretty good team, but he's only 6-6. I think he's poor against the pass or something. But Claude needs a lot of things to go right, Michael. So he's counting tonight. You take one step forward in Canadian-American relations tonight if you can beat Larry and help Claude try to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, if I get this one tonight, I'll clinch 2nd. I'll have a bye in the 1st round. I'll have a better conference record than Dallas, even if I lose the last game against Southern California. So I'd like to get this one.
So does that mean that we're going to see Mahomes resting in the season finale, a la Andy Reid Week 17 with Chad Henne getting out there?
Well, if I win 2, that would make it 14-2. Dennis would have to lose his last game, but he's playing Grand Rapids, and I lost to Grand Rapids this year. It was 24-23, tied the game with 8 seconds to go and missed the extra point. So
I see. But that counteracts what you did to Larry though earlier in the season, doesn't it?
Without question, yeah. I've been way luckier than good this year.
Oh, you have a very good team, Michael, and you do a good job with it. And I think you play better under that rule set with no dump off. We've spoken about that before.
Yes, correct.
You've done, you've had more success with the in like the Battle Royale and Summer Sprint. We play that rule set, So take the telephone chest.
Yep.
So Nathan's got to feel pretty good. 2 titles in 3 years. I didn't realize that. Good thing you mentioned it. And the Seahawks getting nothing going under my stewardship. I don't know. Dennis may need a new GM, I think, Seb. I told you this. I guarantee if he was by himself, he would have won. He would have at least made one Super Bowl already. He'd made more moves for the year during these seasons.
I was talking with Michael about this before you got here. I mean, there's a number of good teams, and when you get to this point in the season, I almost feel like you're going to have at least one game where, in order to win a championship, you've got to get lucky. Whether that's somebody missing a critical field goal or you getting a critical turnover. I mean, I feel like the best you do is you try to call a good game and just hope that everything bounces your way still. And you guys have got a good team, and Dennis lost to another good team.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. You're right. But I do also know that there are some little things in the last couple of years that if he was by himself, he would have made those one or two extra moves for the year. Yeah, and that could have made the difference. You never know. You talk about that being like you don't want to get like getting lucky or unlucky. Hold on, I'm being asked a very silly question. What do you want? What?
You want this in a plate?
It's soup. I would like it in a bowl, please. Yes.
And this here is on this side.
Yes, that's okay. I was just asked if I wanted my soup in a bowl. Thank you for that, Danny. As opposed to what? Maybe on my head. I don't know. 3rd and 13.
What were your options?
Yeah. Oh, she left the room. I should have asked her.
Have you tried it from a goblet?
I was being. Yeah.
Have you considered goblets?
Yeah. In fairness, I'm leaving out some very pertinent information. It comes in a large Chinese soup container, so she's asking, I think, if I wanted to eat it from the container or from a bowl. So,
right, absolutely.
A little bit of a wise answer there. But 31-10 Rams. It's all over but the crying, as Dennis likes to say. But you talked about that with like the luck. I mean, Zev, you saw what happened to Wayne against Dennis?
Yeah. Well, I didn't watch the game, but I saw the write-up.
Yeah, but you only had to see the one line at the end of the one line, really. I mean, he missed a 2-11 field goal. He was up 19-13. He's up 19-13, I think a little outside of 2 minutes remaining. He's inside the 10-yard line. 4th down, 2-11 field goal to go up 22-13 with like 2 minutes left. You hit that field goal, the game is basically over. And it blocked field goal. Blocked field goal, and then Dennis travels 96 yards or whatever, 94 yards or whatever for the game-winning score. And along the way, against Dennis's drive, he gets nose tackle +7 or +33 against a 5, Vita Vea, I believe. And he gets a white dice 6 +33. So talk about adding insult to injury towards kicking in the nuts when he's down. I mean, it was a brutal ending for Wayne. Terrible.
Well, and I'm sure it's disappointing for Wayne, but Wayne had a great season. Wayne called a great game, and it's a good life lesson. I mean, it's a
good life lesson.
Stuff happens that's out of your control.
What's the life lesson there? Losing sucks.
The life lesson is concentrate on the process, not the end result.
I suppose so. I think that Wayne. I think like a lot of us, though, Wayne's probably been around a lot. I don't think we need that lesson reinforced too much at this point in our life. You know what? I've learned that lesson. You can save that one. I've been taught it already. I don't need to see it again. Let me just go with teach the other guy that lesson. That's my. I'm in favor of that. Teach my opponent that lesson, and I think that's a good teaching moment. I've already learned it. Thank you. I don't need it.
I think, as you play in these leagues, I'm sure Wayne has taught that lesson to other people many times too.
Sure, no, of course. I'm just saying.
I try to remember, there's always somebody whenever you have a gut wrenching defeat like that, somebody else had a thrilling victory.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I wouldn't find that reassuring that for some reason.
Well, I tell you what,
it's one thing. It's one. Good.
The next 5 times I get beaten like that, I'll always remember the game I beat Green Bay with 8 seconds left on an 81-yard touchdown pass. So Sometimes it grows your way.
Did he double team anybody?
Nope.
Got to double team somebody. At least throw a linebacker out there.
Yeah.
The guy's at the 19-yard line. He's a touchdown to beat you. No dump off and play. Well, no dump off them foul 30 seconds anyway. But let's see if Leonard Fournette gets a garbage long game. I guess not. pushing him back into containment. So I would love to chat. This is fun, and I like chatting. Zeb, we've done that a lot, but I am gonna have to run right after the game. We got to eat something and then go to sleep.
Alrighty.
I'm sure glad
you were here, Tom.
Yes. Yes. Otherwise, what would have happened? You would have rescheduled Larry and then call the rest of the game yourself.
Well, enjoy your plate of soup, Tom.
Soup. Did you say plate of stew or plate of soup?
Plate of soup.
Okay.
Soup resting upon a plate.
A plate of Chinese soup.
He wants to know, Danny. My friend wants to know what my other options. When I asked you to order one of the bowl soup, what were the other options?
I want to see if you want to eat the soup first or maybe that.
Okay. She wanted to know if I was going to have the soup first or if I was going to have the other thing first. I actually would like them simultaneously.
You could have had a tureen of soup.
I could have. I don't want them both in the mouth at the same time, but near in proximity to each other will be fine. Two titles in 3 years. Two of the first 4 years of the league. That is very impressive for Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
If only Dennis wasn't saddled with a lackluster GM. Or Fournette's loving that dreaded 5 today. I feel like I've seen like 4 of them this half. He's specializing.
Where do you see your Seahawks franchise being in the next, say, 2 years? I mean, you've got some big decisions to make at the quarterback position there.
I think we're going to fold. I don't know. I don't know, Zeb.
Have you had any sort of preliminary talks with anybody as far as picking up a sort of a backup quarterback plan or moving up in a draft, or would you even say? Certainly say if you have?
It's way too early for me to do anything preliminary right now. I'm not as intensely into the strat as I was, as I had been until very recently. It's sort of been like the elephant in the room, Drew Brees impending retirement, which could have happened after last season. Instead of happened now.
Well, it hasn't happened officially yet, has it?
Well, they were saying it, I think, before the playoff game that if they lost, it was going to be his last game. So maybe they haven't announced it yet. Maybe he wants to wait till after the Super Bowl or something. I don't know, but it seems to be a foregone conclusion for what I understand. Who knows? But no, I'm not sure I'm not sure how we're going to handle it. I think Dennis and I will talk about that and look at it and figure out what we want to do. It's hard.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're kind of in charge. You guys have sort of an interesting division of labor there. Dennis is kind of more the lead on trades, and you're the lead on the drafting, correct?
Well, actually, what we developed, it was a little rocky the first couple of seasons, but we figured out a system pretty much where I'm like the GM, right, and he might propose certain things to me or whatever. But basically, if I agree that we should trade for something, or if I want to seek something out, we'll say, hey, we want to do this. We'll say, hey, we want to trade for a corner 5, and then Dennis will go out and see what he can get like he and I will agree, like in a general trade direction, and he'll go hunt out deals and come back to me like, hey, what do you think about this or that? And I'm like, I cannot, and then we'll talk about it, decide which one we like, and then we'll make that trade, okay? And then when the drafting comes, I just draft whoever I want, So, Originally, so I think it's becoming more collaborative. It's become more collaborative the last couple of years. I think the first couple of years we weren't sure. We were kind of like trying to find our way. But I think it's going to be challenging. Even if Dennis says, "Hey, whatever you do, I'm happy with it," and he and I are really good friends. It's really it's been challenging at times the first couple of years because we have such a different philosophy. The philosophies could now be more opposed, right? So I've been kind of dreading this Drew Brees retirement because I don't think we're going to be on the same page with how to go forward from here. But we'll see what happens. So there's also the possibility at times I told you the idea of taking a major step back with the franchise and saying, look, you do what you want with it, and maybe I'll just consult, or I'll just consult with the draft or whatever. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So,
well, we have some changes.
I don't know. We'll figure it out
as far as the way the draft is going to be handled. Is my understanding as well.
It's gonna be a one-day thing, I think now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is nice. So, all right, guys, I enjoyed the game. Congratulations to Nathan. I'm glad I was able to come in and help out, even though it ended up I would not have been needed. I do have to run because I'm really hungry, and the food is here. It's smelling good. And I will not eat during the broadcast a la Michael Reeves one day. But a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I think the broadcast, Michael was munching on a sandwich during the game. Like, what are you doing? He's like, off tackle hack. And he had chips, too. It was like a sandwich and chips. Zeb. It was not good. So, yeah. Now, Michael, I will be looking out for you. Keep me in the loop if you're emailing to schedule your Order 1 playoff games. Keep me in the loop. I will call. I'll make sure to call your games. Hopefully, it's more than one game. It's tough league, but I'll make sure to call your AW playoff games. All right.
That's very kind. I appreciate it, Tom. Thank you very much.
Good luck with your game tonight, Michael.
Hey, thank you. You all have a good evening. All right, everybody, that's it. That's your final score for Strat-28, our champion again, the Los Angeles Rams. That would be our boy, Nathan Baylor, 2 out of 4.
First repeat champion in this league.
That's right. 2 out of 4 years. So, Zeb, thanks again for joining. That was fun. And I guess we'll be looking out for the SEMIFA championship here pretty soon, too. So, off to autumn wind we go. Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you for not slurping your soup during the broadcast.
No way. That's right. Everybody knows it's out of a pimp cup, right? All right, man. Well, anyway, thank you, everybody. Final score. I believe they added some window dressing touchdown there at the end. So if you had the under, you were out of luck. But if you bet Los Angeles, you are going to cash in the winning ticket. So the final score, Los Angeles Rams 31. Congratulations again to Nathan Baylor, and congratulations again to Ron Martin for a successful season with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Falls short tonight, 31-17. Thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Thank you, Zeb. God bless everybody. Have a great evening. Good night.